The first half numbers, Cincinnati with 10 unanswered points after spotting the Raiders a 10-0 lead. And most glaring, Jerry Glanville, the time of possession, almost 19 minutes for Cincinnati.
Well, one stat that's not up there, I think, is controlling the game, is rushing attempts. If you look at the Cincinnati Bengals, they have 23 rushing attempts.
Right.
And the Raiders have only 9, and one's a reverse and 3 are to run the clock out. I think the Raiders have forgotten about running the football, and they're paying for it with all those 3rd and 8 pluses.
If you're Marvin Lewis, you've got to be tremendously encouraged, because 10-0 down the way this game started, Bengals teams of the past might have folded.
And you got to say this about the Bengals last week. They were off, and to come back in 1 week and turn it around, and they're winning the battle up front. They actually look physical. They look tough. Things they didn't have going for them just a week ago. Nice job by the whole Bengal coaching staff.
And remember, Cincinnati has never won here in Oakland. The Bengals 0-8.
But there's Kitna. His first win ever was where?
It was right here.
That's right.
Filling in for an injured Warren Moon. And he got off to a rocky start and then led Seattle back and won 22-21.
He got off to a rocky start today when they turned the man free on him on his first pass. And I'm proud of the way he's come back and thrown that football.
So Ronnie Jenkins, the deep man once again for the Raiders. He fields it at the 7. Gets it out to the 22-23 yard line, and he's tackled by Marquand Manuel. Well, in the first half for the Raiders, Rich Gannon, only 55 yards passing.
Missed some good shots. He had some shots deep. He's missing on his long ball today.
This is disappointing. Only 19 yards on the ground. Jerry Rice, leading receiver, 40 yards, 4 receptions. But this against a Cincinnati defense that gave up 180 last week against Denver.
180 rushing.
180 rushing, exactly. Big day for Clinton Portis. We're told that Corey Dillon is still getting treatment in the locker room and has not come back out yet for the second half. On first down, Raiders keep it on the ground, and Garner maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
And tried that simple lead up inside, trying to establish something with the run. They didn't do much of that the first half. And the Bengals, who could not stop that play very well just a week ago, are doing a good job against a supposedly excellent offensive line. Although I didn't get the feel that Rich Gannon thought their offensive line could block like Denver's could. He more or less said ours is big and powerful, but we don't block the run like Denver blocks.
After the pickup of 1 2nd and 9 for Oakland, ball just short of the 25. Gannon guns it incomplete. That was intended for Rice. The crowd wanted a flag. They won't get one. A good defensive play by Rogers Beckett, the former Charger, who's starting today at strong safety.
Watch Rogers going to jam him here, pass off the zone. He really should have got a better push at him in the zone.
Jerry Porter looking on.
They miss him.
And you just can't overstate what the loss of Porter means to the Raider offense. They believe that his emergence last year made that magnificent Oakland passing game possible, keeping Brown and Rice from being doubled and even opened things up when the Raiders decided to run.
Well, he's the guy that could get deep.
3rd and long.
Oh, right off his hand.
And Tim Brown can't hang on.
No excuse for that one. That hit him right where you got to make the play. But it was 3rd and 9.
So the Raiders will have to punt after the drop pass by Tim Brown. Shane Leckler on to punt for Oakland. Peter Warrick once again back deep for Cincinnati. Leckler standing at his own 10. He had a huge game last week against Tennessee. 7 punts, and he averaged over 50 yards a kick. And this is a boomer. Back to the 17. Warrick trying to get it to the outside. Cuts back inside and is brought down at about the 27-28 yard line. A 59-yard punt from Leckler, an 11-yard return, just underway in the second half at Oakland. Al Davis not pleased with what he's seen from his Raiders so far. First possession of the second half for Cincinnati. Kitna on the slant, and that's a first down. Chad Johnson gets it out across the 40, down to about the 42, a pickup of 12.
Bill, they can't cover me. Who told us that?
That's what he told us.
He said nobody can cover me on this inside slant.
He said, unless I do something wrong, no one can cover me.
All right, so what about the full press bumper run? He said he just pushed him away. Nice throw by Kitna. Right where it had to be, right in the face mask.
Second round draft choice in 01, really coming into his own. Had a great conclusion to the year last year. Bennett runs it on the right side. Corey Dillon still has not come out of the locker room. Hyperextending his right knee and receiving treatment. We'll keep you posted on that.
Now, no Dillon, but that was the best the offensive line has come off the ball. So sometimes you lose your real good back, and they may block a little bit harder. That was an excellent offensive line push by the Bengals. The best I've seen them come off this year.
They'll keep it on the ground. Bennett, he's stacked up at about the 46, maybe a yard on the play. Napoleon Harris made the stop. Harris back in after the injury. The Raiders are banged up. Again, Rod Woodson is not playing. He had knee surgery on Tuesday. They expect him to be out for a couple of weeks or so. 3rd and 5. Gary Porter, a sports hernia, and he had surgery in Florida on Friday, and the word is 6 to 8 weeks for Porter. Warwick is in motion for Cincinnati. Kitna with time, going up top into double coverage, and incomplete. The crowd wanted offensive pass interference, but no flag. Kelly Washington, and he was all over Derek Gibson, and there may have been some contact involved.
It's a bad decision by Kitna. There's no chance of catching it, and
he's just all over him.
Wow, that's tackling. He's tackling him. Hands around the waist, pulling him down. That should be offensive interference. Good play by Washington. Don't allow the interception.
So Nick Harris on the punt for Cincinnati, and this is a good high kick. Buchanan fields it at the 16 with some room, still on his feet. And great field position upcoming for the Raiders after an outstanding return by Buchanan. Rogers Beckett may have saved the touchdown.
That may be the play that sparks the Raiders and gets them going.
36-yard return after a 37-yard punt.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom. Proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 38. FedEx, you can always rely on the ultimate in reliable shipping. Relax, it's FedEx. And by Volkswagen. On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers.
It's a spectacular day here in the Bay Area, and the Raiders trying to get jump-started here after the fine return by Buchanan in Cincinnati territory. They keep it on the ground. Garner, a big hole. Charlie Garner fighting his way down to the 25 and even knocked his own man out of the way.
Well, that's what they weren't doing in the first half. And that was a one-back set, and they start off. Watch, he's going to start off this way and cut it. He sees the hole. Watch him cut left, and he's gone. Good speed. Nice job. They didn't have any of that the first half. Same play, cutting back inside.
Pickup of 21, Justin Smith. Good pursuit, made the tackle. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Ball just inside the 25. Once again on the ground. Garner with room. Close to another first down. Charlie Garner.
Well, they must have realized they only had about 6 attempts, had 9 rushes, including at the end. Here's the lead play, fullback in first. Charlie breaking to the outside. He's leaving everybody in their shoes.
And Corey Dillon, that's a welcome sight for Cincinnati, coming out of the locker room and making his way over to the Cincinnati bench. 2nd and short for the Raiders. Brown is the motion man, again on the ground, right side. Wheatley, and Wheatley is inside the 10.
Well, evidently the coaches saw what we saw at halftime. They weren't attempting to run the football. They were trying only to throw the football. Well, that's changed here in a hurry. Since that punt return, all running plays. There's Ty. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wheatley going to the outside.
So first and goal, and already 39 rushing yards in this quarter. Wheatley is the deep back again for the Raiders. Wheatley. And he's stacked up after a pickup of maybe one. Tony Williams, the right tackle, was the first one there. So second and goal. Bill Callahan looking on.
And Bill Callahan being an offensive line coach, most offensive line coaches want to run the football. I'm surprised they went so pass happy that first half, being the head coach. You know, he earned his living making the running game work. So they came back to it the second half.
And again, they stay with the big man, Wheatley. Brown in motion. Oakland will throw. Lots of time for Cannon. That's caught. But to adjust to make the reception, Zach Crockett couldn't keep his feet. The pickup of one.
And what a sidearm throw there. Here's Rice. Work outside. They got two on him in the corner route. They knew the corner route was coming.
He looked like he was open, actually.
Well, one has to be underneath, one has to be on top, but they knew the play by the formation that he was going to the corner route.
So third and goal. Garner's back in. Cannon trying to buy time outside, and he throws it away.
Well, after successively running the football down the 10-yard line, they came back with 3 passes, and it's field goal time.
Sebastian Janikowski, after the Cincinnati defense stiffens. 8:22 remaining in the third. Janikowski had a couple of 47-yarders in the losing effort last week. And this will be from 26 yards out. On its way. It flips upright, but goes in. And it wasn't pretty, but still worth 3. And the Raiders take the lead, 13-10. Let's take a look at how close this was in the Janikowski field goal.
It doinks right off the left upright. Lucky to make a short field goal.
And that gives style points. That's still worth 3. And here comes Cincinnati. Bennett out across the 25 down to the 26, and that's where Cincinnati will start, 1st and 10.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by DirecTV. Movies, music, and exclusive sports from the leader in digital satellite entertainment. And by MGM's Out of Time, starring Denzel Washington.
Sundays this fall on CBS. Catherine Moore stars in the next great crime drama from CSI executive producer Jerry Bruckheimer. Don't miss the premiere of Cold Case 2 weeks from tonight, right after 60 Minutes. So Corey Dillon is still on the sidelines for Cincinnati. Brandon Bennett is the deep back. Scoring drive for the Raiders, capped by that 26-yard field goal by Sebastian Janikowski. Kitna throws on first down up the sidelines, and that was intended for Reggie Kelly, the tight end, and was overthrown.
Petro. He ran a burst out, deep out pattern, and Kitna threw it way, way over his head. No chance. But again, a lot of time for Kitna. Surprised that no rush, no pressure. But if you're wondering what happened, if you watched the Bengals last week, if you're sitting in Cincinnati, there's no 3-step drop today. Last week was all 1, 2, 3 and try to throw, and they got in all kinds of trouble.
Kitna checking off on 2nd and 10. Straight back, again with time, and that's picked off. But a flag is down and a second one. So an interception by the Raiders, but let's check the penalty.
Could be roughing the quarterback.
Total of 3 flags on the field. And it's going to be against the Raiders.
Wow.
And that will negate the interception.
Pass interference, defense, number 24.
Wow. Pass interference.
The ball is placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Woodson pushed somebody. And Kitna knew it immediately. Kitna jumped up screaming for the flag. As the quarterback, he saw it all.
Charles talking it over. So new life for Cincinnati. Just under 8 minutes remaining in the third. They spot it right at the 35-yard line. They pitch it to the left side. Bennett.
Wow.
And Bennett gets it out to about the 43-yard line. Eric Barton made the stop.
And that was against an 8-man front. The Raiders are still playing the Bengals like Corey Dillon is in there. They had an 8-man up the front to take away the run, and the Bengals went ahead and ran anyway with success.
Second and short. Call it 3 for Cincinnati. I formation. Again, it's Bennett. Stutter step. This is going to be a Cincinnati first down as he tries to fight his way into Oakland territory.
And all they're running is fullback lead. That means the fullback goes through the hole first, looks to block anybody that shows up, and the tailback cut off. And the tailback is Bennett. He's kind of running like Corey Dillon. There's Corey Dillon.
Looks like he's ready to get back in there. But Bennett is doing a good job. He's operated in the shadow of one of the great running backs in the NFL, and Corey Dillon. Bennett in his 5th year out of South Carolina. Kitna will throw, and that is caught.
That's the same slant that he's thrown to Johnson 4 times. And somehow Buchanan's still playing outside leverage, staying to his outside. He's got to get to his inside and make him run another route, make him run a fake.
5 catches, Jerry, 63 yards now for Chad Johnson.
It's the same route, Bill. It's a slant. And the corner's got to change your technique.
Cincinnati from the baseball infield where things can get a little tricky at times. 2nd and 1. Bennett lunging for the first down, dragging Bill Romanowski with him, and he may have it. Well, our NFL.com poll question today. If you're down by a touchdown with 2 minutes left, which of these active quarterbacks would you want in the huddle? Brett Favre, Donovan McNabb, Rich Gannon, Peyton Manning, Steve McNair, or Drew Bledsoe? Cast your vote at NFL.com.
I can't take Bobby Lane.
Sammy Baugh. By the length of the football, first down for Cincinnati. That is the 17th first down for this Bengal offense. Bennett with 30 yards.
11 carries.
And Dillon still on the sideline. Under 6 minutes remaining in the third. The Raiders by 3. Kitna off to his fullback. That's big Jeremy Johnson, the rookie out of Western Kentucky, 4th-round draft pick, and they really like his ability. Fraser Armstrong made the tackle.
And Billy Romanowski. They swarmed that. Good job by the defense. They closed in on it, played a funnel. One stayed outside, one inside. Hit him good. Good defense. 2nd and 10. Haven't had a lot of those, have they?
No. They've been able to avoid that. And Corey Dillon is back in there for Cincinnati. The lone setback.
Blitz by the Raiders.
Raiders showing blitz, and here they come. Left side. Dillon has some room. He gets the corner. And out of bounds at the 30, but a flag is down, and the Raiders are pointing back toward the Bengals.
I got to say this. He didn't run with his normal step. He ran like he had a little hitch in his get-along. So whatever he's got is bothering him.
Oh, holding against Cincinnati, so they'll bring it back.
Sometimes that happens when you see the blitz as an offensive lineman coming and you try to grab the blitzer.
Dillon comes off.
Holding offense, number 86. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
They call it on
This
Tony
is second
Stewart,
down.
the tight end.
Holding the outside linebacker, probably.
And once again, Dillon trots off the field. Bennett comes back in. Let's see if we can pick this up.
See where the hold is right here.
Oh, yeah.
No, it wasn't that bad. I don't believe I'd call that one.
So 2nd and 19 for Kitna and company.
Hitting in the shotgun. He doesn't really like the shotgun. Delay a game? I didn't see it.
And they call the play dead.
Before the ball was snapped, false start.
False start.
Offense, number 80.
And a false start on Peter Warwick.
3rd and a mile. This is when you let the players call the play themselves. No coach has any idea what to do with this down and distance.
Only 3 penalties for Cincinnati, 6 for the Raiders after that penalty-filled game last Sunday night. So 2nd and a bunch.
4 wide receivers in the bill.
The slant again and some running room.
Oh,
Warwick, that's a nice hit.
he needed one more block and he almost got it.
And that was the rookie, Nnamdi Asomugha from Cal, the first-round draft pick, who has struggled with a bruised right shoulder. It happened on the first day in pads, and the Raiders anxious to see what he's got.
He came across, he sat down, he didn't start running across, and he caught the ball. Make the block.
So 3rd and 18. They have to get it all the way down to the 29 for a first down.
He's
Hitting it
open.
wide open. This is going to be a Cincinnati first down. Warwick picks it up by 2 yards.
He came out of the ground. I don't know how he got that open. Somebody had to bust the coverage. He jumped right out of the ground. He was hiding over there. Did you see him come open?
A pickup of 19, and that quiets the crowd.
Now, good throw by Kitna. I think Kitna he's looking left. He looks right. My gosh, there's a guy wide open by himself.
So first down for Cincinnati. Now they'll keep it on the ground. Bennett inside the 25, down to the 24.
And that play was supposed to go all the way to the left to the tight end. And Bennett, just like Corey Dillon, saw the hole to the backside, stopped, and cuts it. Watch him cut. He starts left. He looks. Oh, no, I'm going the other way. Boy, nice job seeing that hole.
Another long drive for Cincinnati. 10 plays. 50 yards covered. 2nd and 7 for the Bengals. Kitna will throw it. And again, Johnson. And that's close to another Cincinnati first down.
Pretty interesting. They shifted Reggie Kelly, the tight end. They made him a wideout on the shift, and that opened up the crossing route from the other side. They've already shifted the tight end, and that opens up this crossing route, takes the other people out. Pretty clever play. So there's Chad Johnson wide open because the tight end, who's not known as the receiver, was a wideout running down the field.
12th play of the drive coming.
Wow, play. Third short.
70 yards receiving for Johnson. Warwick in motion. And Kitna rolls to his right. That is caught. Warwick still on his feet and finally driven out of bounds inside the 10 at the 7.
You said caught. It was almost intercepted.
It was awfully close.
That was close.
Woodson took a chance.
Woodson almost had the ball going the other way, and he's rolling the way that he's throwing and making an easier throw. That's called an arrow or a shoot to the sideline.
And that was Philip Buchanan who had the coverage over there.
Wow,
Buchanan is the one who almost intercepted it. But another first down for Cincinnati. Now 1st and goal from the 8. Kitna will throw. He guns it incomplete.
Kitna is calling holding on the receiver. He won't get it. He's begging for it.
That was intended for Lawrence Hamilton, the rookie out of Stephen F. Austin. Hamilton was picked up off the waiver wire by the Bengals in the preseason.
Watch right here. That's what Kitna saw. I'd say he's got a hold of him pretty good.
So second and goal for Cincinnati. Warwick is the motion man, stays in the slot. They keep it on the ground. Bennett, there's a flag.
There's a flag here. What a hole.
Stop just short of the goal line.
Big hole.
We'll sort out the penalty.
When the ball was snapped, false start. Offense. Number 82. 5-yard
Against
penalty.
Cincinnati and
Tight
Reggie
end.
Kelly, the tight end.
And Reggie's pointing to himself. I'm guilty. You can't have a penalty in the red zone. You cannot have a penalty with 2 minutes left in the game.
And here comes Corey Dillon once again.
Let's see if he runs or if he sort of skips around.
Second and goal. All the way back at the 13. Kitna keeps it.
Wow, nice job dealing it off.
That's caught by Tony Stewart, and Stewart is dropped by Romanowski just inside the 10.
This was a fake toss bootleg. He should have been sacked and hit the guy coming up underneath him. Wow, what a play. Watch the fake toss sweep. Going to fake that way. Fake toss sweep bootleg. Pressure all over him. Dumps it off. Nice job.
So third and goal for Cincinnati. They trail by 3 nearing the end of the third quarter.
Don't throw the ball, Bill, unless the ball lands in the end zone.
The field goal ties it up.
Put the ball in the end zone.
Kitna from the gun. That's caught, but it's going to be short of the goal line. Again, Reggie Kelly, the tight end of Buchanan, made the tackle. So field goal unit, Jerry, coming in for Cincinnati.
I'd get so mad at that. That throw and catch means nothing. I used to say, you know, the ball has to land in the end zone. If we don't catch it, we don't catch it. We don't do that.
Shane Graham already has a 31-yarder. This from 22 to tie things up at 13. It's good. We saw Graham during the pregame hitting from 50 yards out. We're tied at the end of the third. We're back. 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 16-play drive, 70 yards, and 7 minutes, 48 seconds off the clock.
That's why the Raiders' offense doesn't look too good. They're watching the game like we are.
Jenkins takes it inside the 5. Foster 20. And powers his way close to the 30-yard line before Chris Edmonds made the stop. And once again, let's check in New York with Jim Nance.
All right, fellas, got a little update here on the Broncos and the Chargers. Steve Berline again handling the quarterback role with Plummer out with a concussion. First half, little 1-yard touchdown run. Mike Anderson, Denver 31-13. Back to Billy Mack and the coach.
All right, Jim, thank you very much. And here in Oakland, we're tied at 13 in what has turned into a good one. It was all Oakland in the early going as they got out to a 10-0 lead, but Cincinnati came roaring back. The Raiders take over 1st and 10 from their own 30.
And what I like about the Bengals, they roared back with patience with that running game.
From Brown, fake the reverse. They give it to Garner, who has room up the middle, and that's an Oakland first down. Jeff Burris made the stop for Cincinnati after another nice game. So that will be the end of the third quarter with our score tied, and we'll return to Oakland right after this message and a word from your local station. 13 all, you're watching the NFL on CBS. Well, it's been a battle here in Oakland, the defending AFC champions, in a war against the Cincinnati Bengals, much improved just from week 1. Wheatley, right side as the Raiders keep it on the ground, and a nice pickup just past the 45-yard line. We'll see where they spot his forward progress. Just underway in the fourth quarter, 13 all. And in talking about the Bengals, Bill Callahan told us he was happy to be seeing them in week 2 because he thinks they're going to be a much improved team, Jerry, as the season goes on.
Now, he thought the players would catch on to the schemes both offensively and defensively, and down the road he said they'll be adding things that we don't have to worry about today. And the Bengals are simple today. This is not confusing. They're just playing better football.
Brown is in motion. They keep it on the ground, going to the right side, and he's going to be stopped for a loss. Great penetration by John Thornton and the Bengals.
Nice job. He got upfield, which usually the Bengals play on the line of scrimmage, play with a flow line, but he penetrated, got up, and knocked down that wide sweep.
And the quarterback comparison, look at those numbers for Gannon, only 55 yards. Whew.
No touchdowns, no interceptions by either quarterback.
And Gannon in the third quarter only 1 of 4 for 0 yards.
Here he is back in 3rd and 8 plus. Just what we talked to him about. He hates that. Empty backfield, nobody there, and a blitz coming by the Bengals.
And
he saw the blitz. He saw what I saw, and he called timeout.
So Gannon a bit frustrated, a timeout. We're deadlocked at 13. The Raiders trying to get their offense back to the form that enabled them to score 450 points a year ago, but they've run into a tough Bengals defense today. Gannon under pressure, incomplete as he overthrows Brown.
That was a corner blitz from the opposite side where Gannon was. They have Gannon pretty well flustered here, and they brought the blitz all the way from outside. The blitz is way out here, coming all the way from the corner. And that turns a loose man inside. Whew, they're hitting.
Well, Shane Leckler has been a bright spot.
That was Johnny Thornton hitting him again, wasn't it?
Leckler punts of 59, 60, and 61 yards. And yes, it was as Torrey James, the former Raider, is helped up. And not leaving the field under his own power, so that is definitely
like
not
cramps.
a good sign for Cincinnati.
I hope it's cramps. That's what it looks like.
Marvin Lewis wanted to bring in players with postseason experience more or less as a way to counteract the Bengals' reputation as a losing franchise.
And you know what he told us about Torrey was he gave the rest of the secondary confidence. He makes them all play better because he's confident in what he's doing. They're taking him right in the tunnel.
He had an interception last week against Denver, so Leckler comes on and stands at his own 30-yard line. Another booming punt. And a fair catch call for, but he had plenty of room to run. I think he'd love to have that one back. A 50-yard punt. So John Kitten and company set to go back to work. Fourth quarter, tied at 13.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by CDW, the right technology right away. New Gillette Sensor 3. And by Wachovia Securities. Together, we can achieve uncommon results.
Well, the Raiders have a lot of colorful fans, but sometimes the families come out, and they're very much in evidence today as well. Cincinnati starting deep in their own territory. Bennett is still in there. Corey Dillon on the sidelines. Hyperextended knee, and now Dillon is coming out to join the huddle.
Well, Dillon will get excited because the Raiders have gone to a 7-man front, which they were going to play an 8-man front to stop Dillon. When Dillon leaves the game, they go to 4 deep and play a 7-man front.
71 yards and a touchdown today for Corey Dillon. He's the lone setback. 2nd and 6 for Cincinnati, and now Dillon in motion. And that's caught and close to a Cincinnati first down. That's Reggie Kelly. They wanted to get him more active in the offense. He's not known for his hands. He started every game for Atlanta last year. And premiering Thursday on CBS, the new survivors think they have time to prepare. They're wrong. We're throwing them overboard without warning. Get ready for the wildest survivor ever. Survivor Pearl Islands premieres this Thursday at 8 on CBS. So a first down for Cincinnati from the 19. Dillon still on his feet. He falls forward. Eric Barton finally brought him down. Now across the 20 to the 22.
Good coaching by the Raiders. Dillon goes in at tailback, and we're seeing they go to an 8-man defensive front. Dillon leaves the game, and they go to a 7-man front and double the wide receivers. So they're playing by, their defense is being called by which guy's in there at tailback.
Tight formation. Brandon Bennett is in. Kitno throws again, incomplete. Intended for Warwick, who wants a flag. Buchanan with excellent coverage.
Good job. You said it by Phil Buchanan. He was all over it. He got to the inside curl very, very quick. He had a shot at picking it off. 3rd and long. They haven't had a lot of these for Cincinnati. Good job by the defense.
Oakland, after the last couple of possessions, on top in rushing yardage, but Cincinnati overall 277 to 184, and 20 first downs for Cincinnati, only 8 for the Raiders. Time of possession overwhelmingly in Cincinnati's favor. Kitna from the gun. Plenty of time. And this will be another Cincinnati first down. Warwick dives forward to the 37.
And every time they're getting in the 3rd and long with the shotgun, they're beating him on the out route. We're going to show you where there's a pair of wide receivers. The pair is off to his left. And you can see one goes through and one's going out. And the one that breaks out every time is wide open. That time, Peter Warwick.
Pick up the 14 and very little pressure on Kitna there.
Oh, you're paying attention, Bill. No pressure on him at all. What happened to those blitzes they ran earlier?
Again on the ground, Dillon. And that is Brandon Bennett, rather.
He did not follow his fullback on that one. He just took off his own direction.
We have a flag down. It's going to be against Cincinnati.
Little holding.
Holding. Offense number 80. 10-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down. Correction. Repeat 1st down.
Number 80, Peter Warwick. Why would Peter Warwick be holding? See if we can. Yeah, here we go.
A bit of holding.
Oh, that's tough. Come on.
You don't think so?
No, but I'm not going to get in a fight with that official. I saw him lifting weights. Head hockey league. I'm not fighting him.
So 1st and 20 for Cincinnati. Bennett in the backfield. Oh, incomplete.
Reggie Kelly.
And again, it was Kelly.
They're kind of clever. They're running the back in motion, and that's pulling the linebacker away and letting the tight end be open. That's how they're getting the ball in there. With nobody in the backfield, and there's no pressure on the quarterback.
Corey Dillon still on the sidelines. He came in for one play. And then right back, hyperextended right knee. Came out late after halftime to join the Bengals on the sideline. We haven't seen much of him here in the 2nd half.
Here's
2nd 20.
Raiders
showing blitz, and here they come. Kitna with the short drop up the sidelines, incomplete. And that was intended for the rookie Kelly Washington.
And he made a good try for it, and it was a decent throw. But you got to give the Raiders credit. They play full press, bump and run. Look at him jab with his left hand. Shaw's got him covered.
Terrence Shaw, who moves from corner to free safety with that injury to Rod Woodson. Kitna some pretty good numbers on 3rd down. 7 of 11 for 103. But 3rd and very long this time. Bennett stays in to block. Here come the Raiders. They're going to run the screen to Bennett. still on his feet, and he's going to be about 4 yards shy of the first down. Eric Barton collared him.
Well, Kitna sure let the people come after him. He held the ball. Watch Kitna hold people all over him, dished it out.
After the pickup of 16, Cincinnati will have to punt. John Kitna has done his part today. Harris's punt.
Great punt. Great punt.
Goes back. Fields it at about the 7. Trying to get up the sideline. A little move and steps out of bounds right at the 10. A 53-yard punt, a 5-yard return. 9:24 left to play. We're tied at 13. A good one here in Oakland, tied at 13, and the Raiders will take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory from the 10. Garner's the motion man, and that's caught. Teo Johnson, the rookie out of Stanford, the tight end who they really like. And tonight on 60 Minutes here on CBS, how can it be that a convicted criminal may have a better chance of getting a heart transplant than you do? That's tonight on 60 Minutes. Finished Without a Trace at a special time, followed by the CBS Sunday movie Out of Sight, starring George Clooney and Jennifer Lopez. All here tonight on CBS, America's most watched network. After the pickup of 9, 2nd and 1 for the Raiders. Wheatley alone in the backfield. Gannon.
Oh, and he caught him in man-to-man.
Oh, and he had a step.
And that was all man-to-man coverage, no help. If they get the ball, get it out there like he usually does, he's alone.
The flag is down. It was intended for Alvis Whitted. And it's going to be holding on Cincinnati.
It's probably a good thing he held, too.
Holding defense number 20 before the pass was thrown. It's a 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
You call it on Mark Roman, the free safety.
Now, Mark was playing corner because of the formation. He had to go all the way out to the corner position because of the spread formation.
And again, the Raiders are without Jerry Porter, who gives them so much speed on the outside. Whitted has speed. They're trying to get him upfield.
9 yards.
Those are incredible numbers.
Unbelievable. Remember, he took that real bad hit early in the back. And that may have affected the whole day.
Garner trying to move the pile, and he does it. Now forward to the 28-yard line. And the Raiders just trying to find a spark offensively.
Well, I think they've got to be a little more committed to the run, because the bottom line is the MVP in the league, Rich Gannon, is not hitting people when they're open.
Well, Rich Gannon told us when we had a chance to visit with him this week that he felt that the Raiders needed to run. Yes, we can throw the football, but if we can't run, it's going to be a long season.
And he even said, maybe I need to run a little bit.
2nd and 6, just over 8 minutes remaining. Gannon looks right, now left, and had Brown.
Wide open.
Brown was alone in the slot, in between coverage, and Gannon missed him.
Overthrew him. Everything he's throwing seems to be a little hot. He's right here in the slot. As he goes down inside, he's wide open, hand up. Whew. You wait for your days like that. That's what you're looking for.
Well, he had a step on Jeff Burris.
Jeff Burris never got a good bump on him.
Oakland 2 of 9 in third down conversions after 1 of 12 last week. 3rd and 6.
It's full press now by the Bengals. It's man on man. They try to rub off.
Incomplete. And Alvis Whitted was open once again.
And that was illegal. They were trying to pick. When he saw man-to-man, it was a pick. And a pick means one guy's trying to block your defensive man covering the other guy. It was all man-to-man full press. Wasn't complicated. Overthrew.
So the Bengals could have pretty decent field position unless Leckler is able to get another booming punt off.
He'll do that every time, won't he?
There it is.
Look at that thing.
Goodness.
Golly, Ned.
We'll see where they spot this as it's gone out of bounds. Right at the 24-yard line. So another big punt from the former Pro Bowler. Tied at 13, 7:44 remaining.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Nextel Direct Connect Walkie-Talkie. Connect instantly from coast to coast. And by Bud Light. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down. Make it a Bud Light.
We're back midway through the fourth quarter. Still tied at 13, and Corey Dillon just put his helmet back on, but when his offense came out there, the helmet was off, so he may be done for the day. The Bengals, who have relied on Corey Dillon over the years, may have to win this one without their offensive leader. Kitna throws it away.
Smart play.
He was in trouble early.
Yep.
Chad Johnson was in the vicinity. DeLawrence Grant had the pressure.
He was running the bootleg, and the bootleg broke down. He had a blitzer coming after him. And you know what? Kitna hasn't made that mistake that he's made in the past. Hasn't thrown the interception, hadn't turned the ball over, threw that one out of bounds. Playing pretty smart.
2 interceptions and 2 fumbles a week ago. Warwick 80 yards on 5 catches. 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. That's the story. We're tied at 13. Right side, Bennett. Nice hole. Bennett wrestled out of bounds at the 30. Again, DeLawrence Grant made the tackle.
And they spread the formation that time, and on 2nd and long, if you were coaching against him, you'd say it was time for the slant. And the Raiders got off and played the slant. They're going to throw the slant, and Cincinnati doing a good job mixing it up on them.
The Bengals with over 300 yards total offense. Oakland just under 200 in total offense. And Kelly, who looks like he's been in a war, leaves the field.
He's been rolling around in the mud.
3rd and 5 for Cincinnati. This is a big play for the Raider defense. Kitna rolling right.
Oh,
that
nice
is
catch.
Caught. Peter Warwick right at the sticks.
He's rolling. When he does this half roll, the slot receiver then breaks to the sideline the same way the quarterback's rolling. It's an easy throw, and it's safe, and he's getting away from the blitz inside. Watch, he rolls this way, and the slot will come the same way that he's rolling, and he makes the catch right before the boundary.
85 yards receiving. 1st and 10 for Cincinnati. Kitna up top. Johnson. That was a big-time adjustment. They're ruling it incomplete, but that was a nice adjustment made by Johnson and a nice defensive play by Clarence Love, who started a few times at corner last year.
He goes up. He has it for a while, and they strip it out of him. Now, Kitna got blitzed on that 1st and 10. Look at that job fighting for that football. No, nice job.
Good pressure by Napoleon Harris, the middle linebacker.
He blitzed him right up that A gap. That A gap is the guard center gap, just like they did to start the football game.
Johnson getting a breather. 2nd and 10 for Cincinnati. Kitna over the middle. Warwick, a nice move, still on his feet. Great individual effort after the catch and close to midfield.
You think he can't be a punt returner for those kind of cuts and moves?
Pick up a 15.
Watch the moves. Now, I'd hate to be in open field and try to tag him. You've got to try to get him in a phone booth. Look at those cuts. A little shake and bake.
4th year out of Florida State. 4th player taken overall. 100 yards in this one. 1st down, Cincinnati, and another completion. That's to the fullback, Jeremy Johnson.
That's unusual.
The rookie, and Johnson picks up a couple. Look at that time of possession, almost 35 minutes for Cincinnati.
Would you believe?
Less than 20 for the Raiders.
Would you believe sitting up here you could pick the team that went to the Super Bowl out of these two?
That's been a tough day for the defending AFC champions. Bennett left side, and he'll be stopped for a loss. Asamoah was the first man there, and the Raiders were swarming.
Asamoah penetrated, got upfield, turned him into the whole defense. Nice play by the Raiders.
3rd and long. There's Rod Woodson looking on. He had the knee surgery on Tuesday, but they expect him back in a couple of weeks or so. We mentioned this before the game started. What they really miss about Woodson on the field is his leadership and his anticipation. He's telling guys what's going to happen well before it happens.
You know he has to be frustrated. All he can do is sit there and watch. And Kitna did not like that cover 2 zone, so he called timeout. He read a cover 2 and called it.
So 4:45 remaining and a timeout on the field. Third and long. The Bengals need to get to just about the 40-yard line for a first down.
Well, remember what they've done on all these 3rd and longs. They get in that little covey, and then they run 2 people upfield. One breaks out and one breaks corner. We'll see if they come with it again. Can you go back to it 4 times, Bill? Can you do it one more time or not?
Well, if we're anticipating it, you would think the Raiders are aware of it.
It'll be over here to the quarterback's right side if one goes into motion.
3rd and 15. Kitna under pressure, spins out, buys some time, on the move. And that is caught by Johnson, and a big gain for Cincinnati.
And Johnson was running the other route we were talking to on the other side of the field. Saw his quarterback chase and took off running across the field. Totally a playground play. He just adjusted. Watch Kitna run.
That's all John Kitna right there.
And now Kitna comes over.
Well, we're in Oakland, California, and perhaps an upset in the making. The Bengals against the defending AFC champions. Just over 4.5 minutes remaining, and the Bengals are on the move, tied at 13. For those of you expecting to see 60 minutes, you're watching the NFL on CBS, the game between Cincinnati and Oakland. I'm Bill McAtee, along with Jerry Glanville. Our score is 13-all, and 60 minutes will be seen in its entirety immediately following this game, except in the Pacific time zone.
If you people have just joined us, this has been one-sided. The score is 13-13, but the Bengals have totally dominated this game in time of possession and physical toughness.
The Raiders got out to a quick start. They led 10-0, but since then it's been almost all Cincinnati. And it's picked off by the Raiders. Kitna can save a touchdown. No, Buchanan will score. What a turnaround. Philip Buchanan, the Raiders' first-round draft pick last year. Second year out of Miami, and we said John Kitna had avoided the big mistake. He made a huge one there with the Bengals driving. An 83-yard interception return for a touchdown.
Well, he's been running that slant with success. Extra point is good. He's been running the slant. He went back to what he's been successful at. And Buchanan took a chance. He guessed. Watch him jump inside. He's been waiting for this one. He's already fired before the route started. And they threw that on him about 3 times, and about the 4th time, he made him pay. Great play. He knew what the route was before the receiver ever made the break. Same deal, up underneath. He got inside. Remember, I kept saying the corner's got to change. He's got to come inside. He kept getting beat inside. We said it about a quarter and a half ago. Well, he came inside, took the ball.
The Raiders think Buchanan is a big-time talent. He missed all of training camp with a pulled hamstring. But the Raiders think despite his size, he can be a shutdown corner, and that was a big-time play right there.
And there was Kitna making a diving effort to try to make the tackle.
And believe it or not, that is the first turnover in the game. So John Kitna has to regroup in a hurry to try to bring the Bengals back.
And Kitna's big play had been the slant on 2nd and long to Chad Johnson, and he tried it one more time. And Buchanan, who was staying outside on all those slants on the last 3 times, jumped inside. Biggest play of the ballgame.
And remember, Buchanan starting at corner today because of the injury to Rod Woodson. Terrence Shaw going back to the free safety. Shaw had been starting at corner. Bennett takes it at the 2. Big hole. And Bennett has open territory. Brandon Bennett takes it to the 47 before he's finally brought down by Ronnie Jenkins.
If he hadn't been playing tailback for the whole game, I think he could have gone farther. He got a little wind in there. I think he's about out of gas from having to play for the injured Dillon. Nice hole up inside. Nobody laid a glove on him until right at that point. Pulled him down on his head.
A 46-yard return, so excellent field position for Cincinnati with 3:38 remaining. And Corey Dillon is back in the game. He's the deep back. They give it to Dillon. Picking his way to midfield, Napoleon Harris, the middle linebacker, made the stop. Don't forget, 60 Minutes is coming up next, except for those of you in the Pacific time zone.
That's surprising. They came back with the lead play, with they had success with Corey before he got that hyperextended knee.
And the Raider faithful, quiet for most of this game, is being heard from. 2nd and 6. Again, Dillon on the ground.
First down. Pretty smart. They're going to take the ball out of Kitna's hands, try to settle him down after that big interception.
Coleman made the stop.
There's the fullback goes through first, looking to hunt up anybody that shows.
Dillon just diving forward for the first down, and he'll leave the game.
Leaves the game. Jeremy Johnson, their fullback, doing a good job of finding the man that's filling what they call the lead gap hole.
Lorenzo Neal is gone, so the fullback position belongs to the rookie Johnson. 1st and 10 for Cincinnati. Short drop for Kitna. Pump fake going up top. Has a man Johnson. Well, let's see if they rule this a catch.
And that was the fake slant. So they just got the slant intercepted. That's good play calling upstairs to Prescott. Watch it. He ran a fake slant and go, trying to get Buchanan to jump in there again. Let's watch his feet. 1 foot down, 2 feet. Oh, wow.
A big-time reception. Pickup of 28 yards for Johnson, and that time Buchanan got beat. So Cincinnati comes right back. First down, and they wave it off.
Yeah, they challenge. I saw a red flag.
There's a red flag right at the 20-yard line, so the Raiders may be challenging this.
They didn't see what we did. Both feet are in.
And Johnson, 8 receptions for 131 yards.
I'll tell you why he's doing it. His defense is tired. This is smart. He probably doesn't even think he's going to win this, but he gets a chance to get everybody
Oakland
arrested.
is challenging the ruling on the field that the pass was complete.
I believe he got both feet in. Let's freeze it if we can. Okay, he's got the ball. That one's in. Let's see what happens with the other one.
He drags that right toe in. And does.
Does right
that's
there.
That's a great catch.
That's a catch. That's a catch. But I think it's a smart thing by the Raiders to challenge, because you're going to lose a timeout anyway, and he's got to get his defense rested up, try to stop him here. It's a challenge really to rest the defense
and
not
let
to
them
change the
regroup,
play.
because the Raider defense is back on their heels.
Wow, were they ever. It's amazing how offensively they came right back when they had Dillon back in. Okay, that's what's in. That's what's in. And that, because of the interception for the touchdown, they went, if we go all the way back to that route, it's fake slant, the one Buchanan just intercepted, and then go. So they thought, well, Buchanan will try it again. So they went fake slant and go.
Well, this may be one of the big differences in the Bengals this year and the Bengals of the past. You know, they get down early, 10-0. Old Bengals might have folded. They get down here with that interception return for a touchdown. The old Bengals might have folded.
I don't think they're expecting to lose, and I think that's the difference.
The Bengals have nearly doubled the Raiders in snaps. Cincinnati with their 80th play coming up. Oakland with just 41
80th
plays.
Did you say 8-0?
That's what I said. And Hockey Lee taking a little extra time. Bill Callahan
And
and Marvin Lewis looking on.
What did we decide? Don't holler at Hockey Lee. The
That's
man's
right.
been in the weight room. He's pumped up. Just say, Mr. Hockey Lee.
Whatever you say, sir.
The receiver possessed the ball, and then he tapped both feet inbounds. Therefore, the ruling on the field stands as called. It was a completed pass, first down. Oakland is charged with their second timeout.
But the defense is fully rested. That's longer than calling the timeout. He's got his defensive team rested. Foot. Oh, yeah. Nice job. Chad Johnson. Remember that name? Going to be pretty good, isn't he?
He said one of his big goals today was just to meet Jerry Rice. He said, I've watched him since I was a kid. I just want to meet him. And when the teams went in at halftime, he ran over and introduced himself to Jerry Rice. He said, I've never even seen him in person, and I can't wait to meet him.
That was great. In fact, he was going to take his notebook and try to get an autograph.
2:19 remaining. The Bengals are threatening. Bennett trying to bounce this one to the outside, cuts back inside and makes a nice gain. And again, 60 Minutes is coming up next, except for those of you on the West Coast. So that will take us down to the 2-minute warning. A good one here in Oakland. 20-13 Raiders. This is Chad Johnson just before the half, running over to introduce himself to Jerry Rice. And because of Johnson making a Jerry Rice type reception, the Bengals are threatening. Bennett left side, hits a wall.
Great defense.
Eric Barton led the charge.
And Napoleon Harris, what a game he's played.
The Bengals with 2 timeouts, the Raiders with 1. We're inside of 2 minutes.
Total defensive change here. They're going to go wide receivers. They're going to go 5-6 extra DBs.
Corey Dillon looking on. Hyperextended right knee. 3rd and 4. 4-down territory for Cincinnati. Kitna again with time and touchdown Warwick. How about that?
What they're doing rub-offs on the trip side. They're both running the same deal on a 3rd down. And coming underneath. A rub-off means I may bump into the guy that's covering you. Great drive. Everything goes wrong. You throw an interception. They bring it all the way back for a touchdown. And what do? You come back and tie the ball game.
Well,
Warwick got in trouble.
He was over there talking to the guys in the black hole, and he had to run off the field. Shane Graham to tie it up. It's good, and 1:18 remaining. We're tied at 20.
What a great job of answering a bad play. Something totally went wrong. You could lose all the enthusiasm for the game you played, but they come right back in time.
So John Kitna, 25 of 40 for 303 yards. And this is the biggest one, the 8-yard touchdown pass.
And this is Warwick crossing the formation underneath all the coverage. All the coverage is in behind him. Woo! They put 3 to a side. And they're going to run underneath. Watch right here. Whip one way and come back. What a great route. That's called a whip. You start one way and you go the other way. Both of these two guys are talking to each other. They both jumped the outside route and he whipped it back inside. Football. That's football.
And again, Kitna with plenty of time. Now this is Warwick going, uh-oh, I got to get off the field. They're trying the extra point.
He could have got a penalty. He went down to talk to the black hole.
53 yards, and it took less than 2.5 minutes.
That's their shortest drive of the year.
Chad Johnson, 8 receptions, 131 yards. Warwick, 8 receptions, 109.
Head kick.
A short kick. It's taken at the 11-yard line by Fargas. the rookie out of USC, and he gets it to the 24. And it's brought down hard, so the Raiders will have a minute 12 to work with. Well, tonight on 60 Minutes, how can it be that a convicted criminal may have a better chance of getting a heart transplant than you do? That's tonight on 60 Minutes. Then it's Without a Trace at a special time, followed by the CBS Sunday movie Out of Sight. It's all here tonight on CBS, America's most watched network.
I love Without a Trace. You watch Without a Trace?
Yeah.
Woo! I love that one.
1st and 10. Gannon has 1:12 and 1 timeout remaining. Outside, and that is complete.
And out of bounds.
Out of bounds. That's Doug Jolly, the tight end. Second year out of BYU, and the tight ends have been quiet.
And Jolly's been a little bit quiet. A good deal that time. Gannon, one of his better throws today. Gannon has not been on. I think maybe that hit in the back that he got in that second series affected him, because he took an unbelievable hit and couldn't breathe. Oh, he changed it right. Nice
Gannon to Garner. And Garner's brought down at the 39, inside of a minute remaining.
What a good job by Gannon. He looked right, didn't like it, and finally came back to his third receiver.
Well, we were talking before the game about Janikowski's range, and the Raiders told us that he routinely from practice hits them from 65 yards out with no problem. First down, clock running inside of 45 seconds remaining. Garner with some open field, and a great move. Garner out of bounds at the 37. What a move by Charlie Garner.
Nice throw, open. Now this is all by himself. He's one-on-one, cuts back inside, steps out of bounds, stops the clock. Here's a guy that knows how to win the football game at the end.
A pickup of 24, and now they're getting close to Janikowski's range. 37 seconds remaining.
Well, really, they got to gain actually 2 yards, and they can take a field goal. 2 yards, they're there.
Short drop. Gannon had plenty of time, incomplete. And that was intended for Jolly, who couldn't hang on.
Now, I wonder if you run the ball here. Run the football here, so you got a little short field goal. He's dead on when the line of scrimmage is at the 35.
Look at that guy.
Yeah.
Kickers like that on your team?
No, kickers on my team, I could holler at him because I knew I could whip him. I don't know if I want to fight that one. You fight a guy that shaves his head.
Not with arms that big.
No backs in the back, though.
2nd and 10. 31 seconds remaining. Cincinnati, here they come. Pressure, incomplete. That was intended for Tim Brown.
Oh, Gannon's fighting a little bit there. Gannon got a little fight with the guy hitting. Now, I was surprised. All right, you got 3rd down. I would get in a one-back set and hand it off. Just try to get 2 or 3 more yards. Try to get the ball to the 35-yard line.
And that was Dwayne Clements, and Rich Gannon thought that action went on a little too long. 3rd and 10.
Let's see if there's a back there. Nah, he's not going to hand it off. He's not going to hand it off. All out blitz. All out blitz. They're all coming.
With time, and there's a flag. We're going to have pass interference intended for Wright. And Jeff Burris was all over the future Hall of Famer.
Jeff Burris was left alone because it was an all-out blitz, and he lost the inside route. He had a grab to stop a touchdown. He let the receiver get to the inside, so he had to grab him. He'll grab him around the shoulders, I believe.
Pass interference, defense, number 27. The ball is spotted at placed at the spot of the foul. 1st down.
Well, they call it on Artrell Hawkins, the nickelback.
It's right here. Here's the guy. He's in trouble right now.
And it wasn't Artrell Hawkins. It was Jeff Burris. 23 seconds remaining. What do you do now, Coach?
Well, you just run, and kick it.
Cincinnati, 2 timeouts remaining. The Raiders have 1. Busted play. And Gannon will dive forward to the 20.
Somebody went the wrong way, either Gannon or the running back. I would say Gannon probably went the correct way.
So the Bengals take a timeout.
All the backs, backs going one way, Gannon going the other. But he was smart. He went back to the hole where the backs were going. Maybe get some blocking to help him out.
Give him a yard. 2nd and 9 and 17 seconds remaining in the game.
Now don't forget, Sebastian, he knocked one off an upright in close too.
From 26 yards out. We watched him in
Hit
the
the left.
pregame, and he was having a little trouble.
He was.
So both teams with one timeout remaining.
Cincinnati's got to use it on this next one.
Second and 9 for the Raiders. Keep it on the ground.
Timeout Cincinnati.
Charlie Garner went back to the line of scrimmage. Stopped just short of the 20.
And one good thing they did, they ran to the right, so the kicker's going to be in the grass, not on the dirt. They got out of the dirt, so they went right to help the kicker. Kicker doesn't want to kick out of the dirt. He'd rather be in the grass.
Don't forget, 60 minutes is coming up, except for those of you on the West Coast. You know, we talked to Charlie Garner on Friday, and he told us that the team he really loved growing up was Dallas, living in Northern Virginia, which is Redskin territory. He said his whole family loved the Cowboys, and in fact, during the Super Bowl, he said his mom and his dad ran right past him so they could go meet Tony Dorsett. As Janikowski comes out, he said all they could talk about, not their son playing in the Super Bowl, but that they had their picture taken with Tony Dorsett.
Now, if you're a Cincinnati Bengal, you don't run a field goal rush. You run an extra point rush. I would rush all 11, knowing they would not try a fake field goal. So the Bengals, if they're on top of the ball game here, they come with 11-man rush like it's an extra point. All these people got to come.
Officially 38 yards for Janikowski. Plenty of leg. Good. Sebastian Janikowski.
Right down the middle, and a good job by the Raiders offense to take that ball over to that right hash. Taking the ball to the right hash guaranteed him kicking out of the grass rather than the dirt.
So with 9 seconds remaining, the Raiders have taken the lead once again. Bill Callahan likes it. Marvin Lewis, he's seen his team battle today. And disappointed with that result, but perhaps a moral victory worthwhile for Cincinnati. Corey Dillon, disappointed after the hyperextended knee. Has seen very limited action here in the second half, and it was the young cornerback, Philip Buchanan, who gave the Raiders life with that 83-yard interception return for a touchdown. 8 plays, 55 yards, and it took only 1:09.
Wisely hits the grounder, trying to break up any return.
Swivers taken at the 5 by Bennett. He's brought down at the 22. 4 seconds left. Cincinnati will have time for one more play.
Well, you got to do something to keep the ball alive. Throw it to a wide receiver that pitches it to a tailback that can flip it to somebody else. That's all you got left. Well, at least if you're a Bengal fan, what an improvement. There is no moral victories, but at least things were done correctly, and the team played hard.
This is quite a game.
Wow, what a game.
Raiders home opener, and they've survived Cincinnati. That's the best way to put it. 23-20. One play left for John Kitna and company. one up for grabs. Intercepted, and that will do it. Charles Woodson comes down with it. So the Raiders win their home opener. They go to 1-1. Cincinnati 0-2, but this was a much better outing than a week ago against Denver.
Not even the same team, Bill. Not even the same type of effort and smarter schemes. Great job by Cincinnati on improving.
So for Jerry